This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. I have been talking a great deal about the insurrection that took place on January 6th at the Capitol. The attempted overthrow of the United States government, a failed coup, an attempted overturning of a free and fair American election, an attempt to reinsert Donald Trump as president of the United States after him having lost, not in grand fashion, but certainly Joe Biden won handily, 6-7 million votes. And the investigation into that insurrection is leading us into, some would say, unexpected territory, but some, like me and others, many of you, kind of saw the writing on the wall. We knew who was going to be involved, and it's Donald Trump, who is now forcefully, actively, strategically attempting to thwart the investigation into the events of that day. Thankfully, because of intrepid reporting, because of certain books that have been written, and because of judges and the judiciary, we are going to get to the bottom of it. And I want to read from this Political article about these two judges that are poised, as the title of the article says, poised to release a bunch of secret documents that are going to give us even more information about who was involved and to what level they were involved. The title of the article, two federal judges are poised to quietly begin unlocking reams of January 6 secrets for Congress. The information from Donald Trump's White House files and from rioters themselves could dramatically reshape the public's understanding of the insurrection. This is what we need to get to the bottom of it. And we need to get to the bottom of it so that Congress can enact legislation and policy and appropriate money so that it never happens again. Whether it be to buttress the security set up at the Capitol or to fund counterintelligence operation money for the FBI and what other disparate intelligence operations we've got going on in the United States. Reading from the article, most Americans haven't heard of Beryl Howell or Tanya Chutkan. These two federal judges are poised to help deliver troves of hidden information to congressional investigators over the next few weeks that could dramatically reshape the public's understanding of the January 6th insurrection. On Thursday, that's today, that's likely may have already happened. It is 7:19 my time, a.m., on the West Coast, which means it's past 10 o'clock on the East Coast. On Thursday, Chutkan, a 2014 appointee of President Barack Obama, will weigh whether former President Donald Trump's, do I have to say it, ex-president Donald Trump's efforts to shield his White House records from the January 6th Select Committee. Her ruling there could help lawmakers obtain call records, visitor logs, and highly sensitive files from Trump's senior aides. In recent days, Howell, the chief of the U.S. District Court in Washington, D.C., and a 2010 Obama appointee, has implicitly encouraged January 6 defendants to cooperate with congressional investigators. Last week, she praised a convicted rioter, Leonard Gruppo, for his decision to be interviewed by the Select Committee last month. Howell sentenced the military veteran to home confinement and probation. Only, I think that what they're getting at there is she gave him a light sentence, only home confinement and probation, saying he demonstrated genuine remorse, quote, particularly by talking to members of Congress on the Select Committee to help deter other people with the specialized training you received in the military, not to turn it against fellow Americans, unquote. Several other rioters who have pleaded guilty are preparing to testify, and more may take cues from Howell's decision, because there is an array of lawyers out there who are defending these insurrectionists, these rioters, to put it mildly, these attempted usurpers of American independence and democracy, all kinds of lawyers, and they're keeping track of the headline. If they're not communicating directly with one another, they're paying attention to the sentences being handed down and the strategies used by other people's clients to see what's going on. So if they see that someone cooperates and gets a light sentence, they're going to be advising their client to do the same. Despite their relatively low profiles, Howell and Chutkan have used their courtrooms to help force a national reckoning about January 6th and to sound blaring alarms about the fundamental assault unleashed by these Trump-aligned rioters on American democracy. White House investigators fight to wring information out of Trump's confidants. The judges are contemplating and bolstering their efforts, and they're helping frame the stakes of the national debate as they do it. Quote, the rioters attacking the Capitol on January 6th were not mere trespassers engaging in protected First Amendment conduct or protests, as Tucker Carlson would have you believe, that this was a trespassing event, and that these people were only exercising their First Amendment rights to redress their government and assemble, peacefully assemble, as the First Amendment says. Countless videos show the mob that attacked the Capitol was violent. Everyone participating in the mob contributed to that violence, Howell said at a sentencing hearing last week. The damage to the reputation of our democracy, which is usually held up around the world, but that damage suffered because of January 6th. Listen, I'm less worried, less focused on the reputation of our democracy. I'm more concerned about the actual health and well-being and functioning of our democracy. Because if every election, a bunch of MAGA morons, a bunch of Trump supporters, a bunch of white nationalists, white supremacists, white separatists, if they attack the United States Capitol because their guy or girl lost, what kind of democracy do we have? We are no better than these problematic countries all over the world that can't get their shit together and live peacefully with one another. And we're well on our way. We are well on our way to being that because of Donald Trump and the adoption of Donald Trump's chaotic ethos by the Republican Party. Disgusting. What do you think, though? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you joining me today. Follow me on social media. I'm on the Twitter. I'm on the Instagram and the TikTok. I'm at Dollemore, just about everywhere. And if I bring you some value, a smile to your face, some centering because you're in the news, I would appreciate you considering supporting my work. You can click the join button below this very video to see what's involved with becoming a channel member. And for as little as $1.99 a month, you can help support what I do. $2 a month. You can do it here by becoming a channel member, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. There's another viable way to help support the channel. There's also merch. There should be a merch shelf or something below the video to click and buy a t-shirt. All that goes a long way. Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I will see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.